When it's gonna take a moment for everything to get up on the internet.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, I forgot. I was like, why are you guys putting hand signs up?
You finally want a good one.
I've never once in my entire life realized what I was doing while I was doing it. It's just
I'll teach you how to stunt.
Feeney's the only one that was prepared for it
That looks
properly.
good.
Yeah.
Damn.
I look like I'm either getting rimmed or taking the most satisfying shit of all time. And
Damn,
Brendan
dude.
looks like he's jealous of my poop.
I wish.
He's just like, I feel backed up. Well, this is exciting. We can ramble for a few more minutes as we have people kind of entering the YouTube chat and all that stuff.
Tweeted, baby.
Nice. How have your days been, boys?
Oh, it's been a little rough, but we're just powering through.
Has it been a rough day?
No, I'm just stressed. Money is a big issue right now, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I will prevail.
We also have shit that's crazy. I mean, it's like you have a reason, you know?
Yeah, I have a lot of I ordered a bed frame for $270, right? And then I went to a show and I saw Caitlin Palufo, and I was like, yeah, I was on the fence. I was like, feels like I paid a lot for a bed frame. And she was like, yeah, dude. She's like, you could get one for way cheaper. And I immediately canceled it. And they took all the money out. And I was like, that's fine. And then 3 days later, I mean, it wasn't fine. I was like, texting everyone I know. I was like, I'm still worried about this money. And then on Friday, I got the money, right? So it came in. Good day. Happy days. Right. And then I put it into my savings. And then I woke up the next day. Not only was I paying the Uber driver that brought me back my phone money, which was its own rock bottom, but I look at my bank account and it says negative $271.10. And I went, what the absolute fuck? They took the money back out? Are you kidding me? So I had to file a claim today, and I'm making all these and I'm just,
Were you down to your last dime? Were you literally down to 10 cents? And then they took
but I'm down now.
Yeah, didn't you say you spend over $250 on a bed? You're like, no, I had like $26 in there, dude. I'm not being a fucking scumbag about it.
Well, now I have $90 because I hosted at New York.
Yeah,
making some money.
Oh, isn't that fun? The first time you do a weekend set and realize that the money is 25. It's not a weekend rate.
Well, it was I hosted and got paid, so it was and spot, so it was $115. Thank you very much.
Oh, hell yeah, raking it. Welcome everybody. On that note, welcome.
Yeah, Venmo Brendan or sign up. Actually, don't do that. Sign up for the Patreon.
Yeah,
or
that'll get
Venmo
Brendan
would be
paid.
great,
That'll
too.
get Brendan 1/3 of that money.
That's right. Yeah, please cut $1 in 3 and then send it to Brendan. I refuse to allow him to get a full dollar. Welcome to our weekly live episode, our free to everybody episode for our Patreon exclusive podcast, What's the Scenario? I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
Mike Feeney. Cut the bullshit. And also,
Brendan Sagalow. Don't spare any change.
Dude, I was desperately looking for something to grab. I almost grabbed Nicole's mom's lamp and like shattered it on my knee. I was so excited and desperate.
What would you have said? And don't shatter a knee.
And shine a light on injustice.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Please consider joining the Patreon. This is our free app that we put out just to hang with some people in the YouTube chat. So I hope you're watching and
chat.
Give us some suggestions.
That's right. Yeah. Hit us up with scenario questions. So for those of you who are new to the show, checking it out for the first time, first of all, thank you. Welcome. It's patreon.com/scenario pod. We are a podcast based on what ifs, hypotheticals, scenarios. We do morality quizzes, stuff like that. We typically take all of the suggestions from our Patreon members. We have tiers as low as $5. They go all the way up to 50. We offer a ton of additional content on top of the 3 hours of podcasts every single week. And I think you guys would like the show. But on our live episode, this is where Brendan really gets to shine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I get to shine on every episode as well as you two get to shine. It's a really just shining podcast.
All right.
Okay.
First of all, I was the only one that said you shine. I wasn't saying typically Feeney and I are the streaking stars across the galactic
I know.
backdrop.
I know. I was just taking your compliment and I was putting us all in it. I didn't get offended.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Feeney, answer me if you got offended or not.
Feeney doesn't get to say if I got offended. I took what you said. I went, wow, that's a nice compliment. And I went, also, Mike and Feeney get to shine.
No, you said.
No, I didn't.
First of all, you didn't. What? You didn't even wait for me to say what I was going to say, you fucking overzealous.
And not.
Yeah.
I just know you're wrong because you're telling me how I feel.
I'm not telling you how you feel.
Yes.
I'm not telling you how I feel or how you feel. You just said no, and I also shine with Mike and Mike.
Did I say no?
Yes.
He's not telling you how you feel unless you feel right, in which case he's correcting you that you should feel wrong.
Oh, you know what I said? No, this is where I got offended. I went, I feel like I shine.
Don't tell us what you said, because we were on the receiving end where what you said was I also shine in the same way that both of you shine, as if I said that we were the stars of the show and Brendan's dumb role in it was just to read questions.
You know what I say? Some things never change. I keep destroying this keyboard by doing that.
Guys, I'm still not over the scissor change intro because I clicked on the YouTube thing and it was on such a delay that I had just caught right as it was happening, and I got to watch both of your reactions, and it was so funny to see Brendan going like this, grabbing shit. And then because if you look at me, I'm going like scissors and grab them, and then you see Mike going like. It was really fun.
All right,
now
weigh in on the important stuff. Who was right after?
Well, that's the problem. I wasn't listening because of that, but also Brendan sounded offended in the beginning. He went, "Okay, well, also shining." You know, he does his offended tone.
Okay, guys,
great impression.
Yeah, Brendan shines at all times. I just want
everybody to
like
know
a
that. Sun.
Yeah.
All right, and I think you guys shine as well, but that's
Thank
just
you.
me saying it. Okay.
Right, like a diamond.
Yeah. Let's go to our first question, and this is a fun one. If you were invisible for 12 hours, what would you do?
This question, as always, tacky, but I'll answer it.
I don't want to do this anymore.
That one, I gotta say, almost ruined the whole show for me.
Yeah, but you really lit a fire under my ass. Mike is looking around.
I have nothing of use. Man, I'm really gonna bike out of here.
Bike out of here.
I have a baby bike. That's it. This sucks. All I have are cords so I can hang myself.
Anyway, what was the question?
If you were invisible for 12 hours, what would you do?
I don't know. Well, now that I'm watching The Boys, I could see all the shit that guy does or did with perving on women and shit. But I think that would, knowing me, I would waste it instead of going like to fucking, Kim Kardashian's changing room or something. Instead, I'd probably go to like a comic I was just with and see if they were talking shit about me. You know what I mean?
Crazy, dude. Wait, but can you turn the invisibility off, or are you just invisible?
Here's the thing about the invisibility. It seems as though you're still your physical body. So you still take, when I watched The Invisible Man, he was still like, when they put sand on the ground, was like making like footprints. So you're not like a ghost. Like you can't go through walls and shit. You still have to like turn and open the door to come in and out of it.
Yeah, of course. That's why you can't like
so
rob a
you're
bank.
Kind of limited in what you can do as well. You know what I mean? Because if you're hiding somewhere, you have to not take up physical space. Otherwise, they will like trip over you or walk into you.
I have a question. If you're invisible and you wear a mask, is your mask invisible?
No. No.
Then I'm gonna catch COVID as an invisible man.
Okay, well, let's assume COVID is not real.
Okay. Well,
Let's
that's
assume
gonna
it's
be
a
tougher.
hoax.
Easily done. I think I would. I'd like go watch The Rock work out from way too close to him.
That's crazy.
I just look at his eyes just as he's being intense and just see what greatness is all about.
I'd probably wait.
Yeah, I
until...
want to hear Brendan's answer because he's called both of us crazy and weirdos so far. So whatever he's going to say for sure is going to be just a crackerjack answer. Go ahead,
I
Brendan.
would do whatever I can to create world peace.
And what would that be? Do you don't want that to be seen?
I would wait in Scarlett Johansson's bathroom until she took a shit.
That's crazy. Wow.
Honestly, it's not. That's the sanest. That
No,
is.
I know, but I wanted him to feel what we felt.
No, I know, but
I know
just,
it's crazy.
No, so I have a question for you, Brendan.
Okay.
If she's shitting in there,
Uh-huh.
are you like,
if I could
getting
fit in the
close
toilet,
to
I
her?
would.
Or are
Yeah.
are you still in the shower behind the curtain?
I'm
even
getting
though
as
you're
close to
invincible?
her vagina without her being able to feel me as possible.
So
she might be able to feel my nose breathing on her.
So you're between
and she'll
her
just think
knees.
it's the radiator.
You're between her knees, like just trying to get a full smell of the toilet and her unmentionables.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. My eyes twitching from how much I want this.
Can we wait till you meet Colin Jost at a bar one time and be like, guess what I said about your wife?
He'd be like, of course, me too.
No, he'll be like
Oops.
ex-wife.
Yeah.
Are they getting divorced?
Last long? No, but I can't imagine that's going to last long.
Aw.
So we have some comments and people in the
All
in the
right.
chat.
It's
What's
from
up,
the chat?
everybody?
Let's
Yeah,
do
we got-
it. Pick one. Anyone.
Why are you yelling at me? What's up, chat? One guy dislabeled, I believe he's new. He said, I like Brendan because he was there when Brian McCarthy exploded.
Oh yeah. On what's his name's show?
Misery Loves Company.
Kevin's. Yeah, Kevin's show.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, cool. And then he asked if I'm going to do Misery Loves Company. I've done that like 3 times. I love that show. I love Kevin. And Brian I was buddies with, and then he kept asking me to come to his apartment. So
What? Really?
yeah, to like do a podcast at 9 a.m. on a Friday. And I'm like, yeah, I got a new baby, dude. And he's like, what? He like couldn't understand that I was super busy.
I've also done his show, and I believe it's a Patreon only episode. So
nice.
don't hear it. Listen to sign up for What's the Scenario instead. And
Yeah,
then
that's
I'll put it
absolutely
on
right.
that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, that is a good idea, actually.
Can we put up episodes of other shows that
As long as people don't say.
Yo, that's what we should do. We should just quick join other people's Patreon, steal their content, and then put it on our Patreon.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, so guys, if you want the whole library of Cumtown, just join our Patreon.
Yeah. Tim Dillon's going to hell, anyone?
All available on our Patreon.
Yeah.
That's a
Anybody
really
asking
good
any
idea.
questions or anything?
Yeah, Lost in the Sauce. If you had a chance to be a famous gangster, who would you be? The character can be fictional as well.
Fictional? What's fun about that? If I was fictional, I would just be called
Then
Brenny
you could say
the...
Tony Soprano.
Oh, yeah.
So you see.
I see. Okay. Then I would be Tony Soprano. I mean, is there any other better person?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
I mean-
there's some that survive. So
Paulie, for one. Paulie
Tony
lives.
survived.
No, he didn't.
that's
We
adorable.
David-
don't know that.
You
no-
do, because David Chase recently slipped and said that it was
Nope.
a death scene. What do you
No,
mean?
because he
no?
also said he survived, dude. I read another article recently that said he survived.
He's
David
definitely
Chase is
Brendan.
fucking with us,
No, I
man.
know. Yeah,
Don't
and
take it
Santa-
out on me.
dude. You know, Brendan. They
And
actually,
Santa's real, yeah.
No, for real. They actually just found real fibers from a red jacket in somebody's chimney, and it was not even a fiber available on Earth.
That's fun.
It's
That's
crazy.
real fun. Don't fuck with me, buddy. I
I'm
will
not,
believe
man.
Santa's real.
No, and you hold it to your ear and you can literally hear bells.
No, let me think of a better. I would say Al Capone, but that guy's a psycho and he died from syphilis.
Well, they're all psychos because they're gangsters, you see. So
Right.
they're
Yeah.
sociopathic psycho killers.
Who are you going to be? The well-adjusted guy that chopped off 75 people's arms?
Maybe. I mean, and Henry Hill had a rough. It was rough for him in the end there.
Well, and
Yeah.
also, did you hear? I've recently heard this, that there's people that dispute his story because they think he's like a glorified low-level grunt retard. Like they were like he didn't do anything. That guy.
They
was
say
a
that now,
jerk
but
off.
it's like I think they just want to trivialize his like because I mean a bunch of them fucking turned. There's a reason why every time he did Stern, there was like 37 people like Italian guys calling him being like, "You rat fuck, you think we're fucking coming for you, you fuck, keep fucking smiling, you fucking prick."
Was
It's,
there?
yeah, it's awesome, dude. Just go watch interviews of them on YouTube, Stern and Henry. And by the way, Henry Hill was like blackout drunk, like at
Oh
like
yeah.
6 a.m. It's really sad. So maybe not him. I would choose any of the gangsters that get killed in a beautiful gangster way, like in a way in which they get like a quick ice pick to the back of their head or a something.
You want to be
where-
Maury from Maury's Wigs?
maybe, yeah. But he's not a gangster. But I want to be somebody who
He's
gets
a Jason.
killed. I don't want to get the plastic bag over my head, and I don't want to get like Joe Pesci in the desert. I'd rather
No
get
way.
I'd rather just get a quick gunshot to the. Even the Joe Pesci in Goodfellas isn't bad because at least he's like having a great day, and then he's like, oh no, and then it happens.
You know who I would be? Real life mob boss Michael Francis, because he made it out like a fucking like a bandit. Like he made all this money. He went to jail for like no time, and now all he does is comment on YouTube videos talking about like mob scenes in movies and how realistic they are. He goes to schools talking about the mob and everything. The only problem is that his life was horrible because his dad tried to have him whacked.
I'm gonna take a loose definition of the word gangster, but also in the general sense as well, and I feel like it could apply. Jordan Belfort,
Who's that?
Wolf of Wall Street,
Mm.
because he was a gangster. He was fucking running shit. He was paying people off. He had the cops. He had Bo Dietl. He had people in his pocket like crazy, and he barely served any time. And now he's got a very successful podcast.
He's got mob like vibes.
He's
but,
definitely got some. There's something there.
He probably worked with some sketchy people to launder
Yeah.
money and all that shit. But I just figured out mine. I would be O-Dog from Menace to Society. Lorenz Tate with the fucking braids, and he just shoots and murders the two Chinese people in the bodega, and he keeps showing everybody the tape of it
Oh my
throughout
god!
the whole movie.
Why do you want to be that?
That guy is the best, dude. And somebody like a crackhead goes, "Yo, I'll suck your dick," and like tries to give him burgers or whatever instead of money for crack, and he just like is so grossed out he just kills the dude. He's the fucking man.
That sucks. I do want to now watch that movie though.
Oh, you got to watch that movie. It's excellent.
Is that
I
on
think it's
Netflix?
I think it is. Yeah. But that movie
They
is
just put Boys on the Hood on Netflix too.
Oh, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah,
Boys on the Hood.
Boys on the Hood. Oh yeah, it's just
not-
guys cleaning cars in their van in speedos.
Dude, that is definitely a rambunctious gay porn.
Boys on the Hood.
Yeah.
I want to Google that right now.
Oh man. Nifty Biscuit has a good question.
Okay.
Would you rather be cast as the antagonist in Speed 3, The Godfather 4, or the WNBA version of Space Jam?
Can you say that again?
Would
The
you rather be
antagonist.
cast as the antagonist, so the bad
Okay.
guy,
The bad
in
guy.
Speed 3, The Godfather 4, or the WNBA version of Space Jam?
I feel
I guess
like
Godfather 4 because that never
No.
came out, right?
none of them. have
No,
come
none of
out.
them came out. This is like this is like a sequel. So what franchise would you like to jump in as the bad guy? It would either be
Oh.
Speed, The Godfather 4, or Space Jam.
There's only I think there's only one real answer here, in my opinion, and that is gotta be in terms of like actual potential. It's gotta be Speed 3 because that is the most rebootable franchise to take off and to like replace those and just constantly do like a new refresh of like action thriller with CGI with graphics. They can make a whole new two characters that need to fucking go a certain amount of time and the other person's blowing it up. Fucking Godfather. Everybody fucking hates 3. Everyone talks so much shit about 3. And then if you look at me a Godfather 4, the expectation and the fucking vitriol you would get forever for Godfather fans if it wasn't as good as 1 or 2 is it would be almost as bad for your career as it would be good.
Yeah,
and also the Space Jam one is going to be kind of the same thing where they're already making the Space Jam 2. They're going to do LeBron. It's just going to be like a reboot for fucking script sake just to make money and stuff. But a WNBA one seems so like just being like, you know, like I think I would be the bad guy in that I would be a white male if that was like that was where they were like we're gonna reboot it and make it WNBA and the white guy is the bad guy and like what's his power? Why is he evil? And they're like he just is
inherently. It's his original sin.
Yeah. You're definitely like David Cross in Alvin and the Chipmunks movie where you're just a bad guy because you're in the music industry or something like that.
Brendan also kind of looks like the original bad guy from Space Jam.
What? Which one?
Danny DeVito.
The coach?
No, the short bad guy. Yes.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Which one would you pick, Brendan?
I'm going to say Speed as well, just because another thing about Godfather, just to hop on Feeney's exact thing, but like nobody's going to like that. Even if it's an amazing movie, no one's going to like it. And I don't think I would make a good bad guy in Godfather. I'm too like young and handsome. No, but I am too like, I just wouldn't. How can I be the bad guy? I'd be like maybe someone who works for the bad guy. Tops.
They could age you with makeup. Why don't you have some why don't you have some faith in your own abilities to play, you know?
It's not that I don't have faith. I'm just smart enough to know to leave that movie alone because I respect the series so much that I wouldn't want to ruin it with a bad casting choice like myself.
I think that's but if they had a solid storyline about why you were a young rival and also the head of a family.
Let's not. If Space Jam 2 came up to me and said, we're making it all the WNBA and all these girls are just going to kick you in the nuts for about a half hour, I'd be like, sign me up. Where's my check?
First of all, if it was the WNBA, it couldn't be called Space Jam because none of them can dunk. It would be Space Mid-Range Jumper.
Space Finger Roll.
I just decided today that I don't want to use any 3 of these. I want to be I think I'm gonna find my role whenever they reboot The Shining, and I can just be Jack Nicholson. Or
they technically already did reboot The Shining.
I know. I'm not even that movie, but that type of role. I want some sort of maniac, like just rage fueled, sinister fuck role. I think I could fill that out pretty well.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and it would be fun because that thing that I sent you guys of how he was like getting ready for scenes and shit like that, I kind of was like, oh, that's right, you can do that.
Yeah.
you can get fucking wild and shit if you're making something, and people have to respect how you get into your frame of mind.
Yeah,
it's like if you were there and you were like, first of all, they're all doing blow on the set of The Shining, right? So they're just gacked to the gills regardless. But he also had to like swing the axe, and he used to be a volunteer firefighter. So when they used a movie door, the first hit with the axe exploded the door. So they had to bring in like a real door, and that's when it took like a few fucking hits to actually make it through.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, isn't that great? But like that whole scene of him just being like, like getting
so
into
cool.
it, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I want to do that and run through a wall.
Dude, me and last night, me and Jacob had a little double feature date where we watched Man on the Moon and then we watched Jim and Andy right after.
Oh, I did. That's what I did like last year. I think whenever I was talking about, maybe it was the beginning of the year. Yeah, I watched them both. It was not the same day, but it was like within a couple of days of each other. Yeah, isn't that great?
It was why. I mean, it's
what you watch?
I mean, I saw it before, but like just remembering it. We watched Man on the Moon, which is one of my favorite movies, and then we watched Jim and Andy right after. Like a minute after, we smoked a joint and went back, and we're like, and I was like, now watch this.
He had never seen it.
He had never seen both of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was like it's like the same thing where he's like just fucking, but in a different way where he went home like that. I'm sure Jack Nicholson was like didn't treat his driver like an asshole.
That was seeing that. I guess it must have been 2 years ago that happened, because seeing that was the exact reason that I ended up doing Tony Clifton for that New York Comedy Club Halloween party like the next week. And then I just stayed in character the whole night like Jim Carrey and made a lot of enemies.
Yeah. I know. Well, only you would watch that and be like, that looks good.
Yeah. Well, honestly, Jim Carrey said he's like, you do a lot of stuff that frightens you as that character, but it's incredibly liberating.
Oh, it's so intoxicating. It was so intoxicating.
Can you do the voice?
Well, now with that, I feel like now there's a lot of pressure.
There's a little pressure. Yeah, but I
I'll
can't. Yeah, whatever. Work it in. Work it in at the end.
I'll work it in organically later. We're like, what are you doing later? I'm like, no, but that was such a fun night. But yeah, Greg was so mad at me. But then even afterwards, just like with Jim Carrey and Jim and Andy, I bet a lot of people were like,
everybody put on a bag
on
their head. Yeah,
they were like, you know what? It pissed me off, but goddamn, it was a performance.
Yeah. God damn it. Yeah. Any more questions in the Chizat for Rizzo?
Let me check. Let me see.
It says, Brendan, can you stop talking like that?
Somebody Lost in the Sauce said nothing but layups, but in space. Somebody said, pretend John said Sags would be the best WNBA Space Jam villain. I agree. Lost in the Sauce. He said, what event do you think you'd kill at if you were a trained gymnast?
I guess, I don't know. What are the different events?
So there's floor. There's vault, that's the run down the runway, and you hop off the like kind of spring trampoline and hit the vault with your arms and do flips and land. Yeah. The floor is the bouncy floor that you have to have a routine. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's not for you, Brendan. There's also the beam. If you have good balance, I don't know if you have good balance. The bars are the uneven bars where you have to spin and transfer from bar to bar. The rings, I believe, might still be an event, but they definitely were in the 70s. The rings. And let me think of something else. Maybe is the trampoline an event? Probably not. But yeah, let's say out of those.
All right. Well, you're not gonna believe me because I'm a heavy fella, but I honestly think the thing with the trampoline where you run and then you jump on the trampoline and you do whatever over that fucking thing. Yeah, I think I could be good at that.
I don't disagree.
See that. I've seen Old School. I would like to think I'd be good at that because I always love trampoline and stuff, but as a person who did diving for one day in school, I realized very quickly that on the diving, I was so good at jumping in people's pools off a diving board. But those ones are like extra. They give you extra like one. So I went like 20 feet in the air and then did like a flip and then just ran and just face planted. Like, and they were like, oh, okay, try it again. Try like 1, 2, 3, and then step and then hit and then do it. And I was like, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then like, it went like way, it was bad. By the end of it, they're like, why don't you just take a rest? I had like a nosebleed from hitting the water so hard. They were like, not for you.
Oh my God.
I would love a hyper smash cut of all of the times that I just ate in a row in front of the rest of a swimming team. They were like an already established team. They're like, yeah, maybe you can like come on and like walk on with us. They're like, people are recommending you. They said they like my buddy Dan like stuck up for me. He vouched for me.
And you're an expert pool jumper in the greater Long Island
and now
area.
They have to clean the blood out of the pool.
There's one drop of blood. They technically have to drain the whole thing.
Dude, I want to try that thing where you jump on the trampoline and you climb up that wall and then you go back down onto the trampoline and you do like things in the air.
I've said it to you guys before. It's all I want to do is go back to the trampoline park after that time that I did it in Virginia. And I don't know when they're going to be open again, but if they are, whenever they are, we need to go and have like someone film it because it is a joy in which I haven't experienced in childhood.
I don't think you'll be able to take me out of it because I'm going to get the taste of like dunking on people. And I mean, dude, I remember playing on 8-foot rims like growing up, which were fun because it's like, it's not too low to where it sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where you're just like flat footed dunking and it's not, but it's like you could do some sick dunks on it.
Yeah.
And just throwing it down in somebody's face is so satisfying. It's intoxicating.
And those are regulation height, but you're just jumping so high.
Right.
You can go like between the leg, and also you don't even forget about the pit, the foam pit. So you can like you can go like neck first into the fucking like you ever wondered like I wonder if I jump and then just land directly on my neck, what would happen? You landed just pillows.
I worked on the trampoline into the foam pit at Galaxy Gymnastics. I literally used I could do a double front flip. I learned how to double into the fucking into the foam pit.
How old were you?
I was between 15 and 20.
Wow.
And 19 I think. 19 is when I got asked to leave after I slept with the mom.
Right.
Coolest way to get fired.
Any other
I would
questions?
love to go down a ramp on a skateboard and like try to, stay on it and then go up into the foam pit.
Yeah. I know. That's always that's why the part in Rad that's the best is when they fucking hit a ramp and they just launch in the air and take their bikes into the water.
Whoa.
It's just so fucking awesome. You just
ruined the bike a little bit? Does it like rust it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could if you
water?
take it.
It ain't good.
No, it was lake water, but they. I'm sure if you take them out and just wipe it down, it's fine.
Oh,
but
okay.
All right, yeah, we have a question from Blind Mike. What's up, Blind Mike? Would you rather have to speak like a woke teenage Instagram influencer forever, or once a year you involuntarily blurt out the N-word?
Well,
so you mean that goes down in times I involuntarily blurted out?
Yeah, I feel like we're a mix between that. We talk like fucking Instagram kids, and then we'll sometimes say the N-word. Just kidding. This is the live. This is the free one. We're kidding.
Brendan.
The free one.
Yeah, I mean, I blurted out a baker's dozen as it is, so if we could lower that to one, that sounds like a good change of pace.
Look,
I feel like if you talked like a Valley Girl though, you could make so many videos.
Of
like
course.
we know a comic who lives in that would only be narrowing it down, but we know a comic that kind of that's all they do is on stage is they just talk. They do any. The story's joke is irrelevant. It's just a vehicle to get to check out how crazy high my voice can be.
Yeah. A man we love. I
didn't know until you said the last part.
Yeah. But like, I feel like, if you're just blurting out the N-word, first of all, you're not making money. I mean, there's only so much money.
Over.
There's only so much money Compound Media can pay you. You know what I mean? So if you want to actually make some money in this business, I'd get woke. I mean, again, I'm sleeping on the floor. I need money here.
Yeah, because we're neither. I think either way, you're fine. You can make money on either end. You just got to pick an extreme and run with it, baby. I can't in good conscience do either.
I know. Fuck us for having our own opinions,
Nah. All right. Next question, Brendan.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions.
What's the scenario?
Here's the scenario. Given the choice, and this is actually a great next question compared to what we were just talking about. Given the choice, would you rather be the author of a timeless classic like Pride and Prejudice or a passing fad like Twilight? Obviously, one means your name goes down in history. The other means you'll be super rich. What are you looking at here, boys? What do you want?
Well, what I think about is if you think about if we could take out Twilight and maybe put in another thing that's like I was thinking like the Medias, right? Which maybe
Okay.
are not don't have the most artistic integrity, but he's like the biggest. He's the first African American studio owner, and he owns like I think the biggest studio. It's on like 300 acres. It's insane, and the amount of like black
And a
people he
mule?
employs and jobs he gives to it is crazy. It's crazy how
Thank
much
you,
money
Brendan.
this dude has generated, and off of like what some might say is not high level comedy. But I guess Adam Sandler did the same thing. So it's like.
Right.
Would you rather be Adam Sandler or fucking, Ernest Hemingway?
I think Adam Sandler, because I'm not going to be around to enjoy my notoriety.
Yeah.
It's like that used to be important to me, but now it's just so few and far between that, or it's not even few and far between. It's like nobody's going to remember anything at the rate things are happening now because everything is so fast. So you might as well get money while you're here and piss it away while you're on this
But
planet.
even Adam Sandler like made some really good movies where he actually got to show off his artistic integrity,
Yeah.
So it really is like, would you rather be Tyler Perry or I don't know, who's an unknown, who's like a poor but really good actor,
Me.
All right, I'd rather be Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry
then.
also earned $130 million. He was the highest paid man in entertainment just between 2010 and 2011. That's like even all the shit he's done since far, which is crazy, dude. He's partnered with Viacom. This dude is rolling.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
caking since been caking.
Okay,
Good for him though, man. Jesus.
would you
I would much
rather
rather be Tyler Perry. Yes, I'd like to be Tyler Perry.
yes.
Feeney,
But
your
what about-
internet is hiccuping. Just a heads
It's
up.
been hiccuping.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've just been kind of ignoring it. I
Me
think your
too.
Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah, you're awful.
Can I leave?
Yeah, come back.
How much time do we have?
We have at least 10 minutes.
Okay, come on back, baby. But like,
Oh, I
what-
won't come back. No, I'll just stay.
Okay, but what about the comparison to comics? Let's use like, would you rather be Larry the Cable Guy, or I don't know, who's like a poor comic who's incredibly respected besides us three?
I don't know. That would be pretty rude to call them out. Whoever we can think of.
Who, like somebody like Todd or Ted Alexandro, like or Vecchione, a really good comic, but not Larry the Cable Guy big, but some of the best comics working, on the planet.
But it also, I mean, it's hard because the question, if we go back to Pride and Prejudice, like, isn't the author of Pride and Prejudice also super rich? Like, what the fuck is this question talking about?
I don't know. I don't know the person's net worth.
Either way, I'm taking money over everything.
Money over everything. Yeah, me too. I would love just the most fleeting moment of fame if I could just get rich and then disappear.
Yeah. And then come back in like a blaze of glory in like this awesome movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've made enough at this point. I just looked at my YouTube today and I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, like whatever. That's enough.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next question. So basically, we would all sell out.
Yeah.
How would you change your life today if the average life expectancy was 400 years?
What? What's
How
the
would you
beginning?
change
It
your
would only
life?
drive. Yeah.
How would you change your life if the life expectancy of a human was 400 years old?
It would only fuel you more because you're like, look what all these people did in 400 years. Now I got, and they did it. Look what all these people did in 80 years of being alive. Now I
Yeah.
got 400. I can be 4 times as famous as them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would do. I would enforce a 10-year contract renewal on marriage. So if marriage is what it is now and I live till 400, I would not get married. I would not be
yeah.
married. But if there was a 10-year renewal where like, Nicole and I could go for as long as we go. And then afterwards we'll be like, all right, let's like amicably part ways like the Bulls and Scottie Pippen. And I'm going to go get paid by the Blazers,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Scotty, it was not amicable whatsoever.
No, it wasn't at all.
So-
Yeah, I don't-
so it's not even. That's not. Like
but here's the thing.
we
Nicole
spent
and I
our
wouldn't
first
be either.
70 I know, that's what I'm saying. We spent our first 75 years together, and then we decided we're going to see other people. I found a
Yeah.
secretary that's 28. I'm interested in. I'm sure that's going to go over well.
Yeah, I'm 325 years old, but I'm banging a 28-year-old secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you're banging a 75-year-old, we're like, damn, dude, cradle.
Yeah.
You got a girl in the first 100? Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd all just definitely live 400 different lives. Not 400, but 4 different lives. Like you'd get to 100 and you'd be like, oh, I've been chasing money for 100 years. Let me start reading books and go into a cabin and blah, blah, blah. And then I do that for 100 years and then be like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Don't you feel like you've already
lived?
lived several lives? Like sometimes
No.
when I think about my past, it doesn't feel like it's even the same person. Like I feel like I've gone through so many different phases and stages of things that it
100%.
totally feels like different lives.
Going through different phases and stages and
And glazes and mazes.
It's gonna be so weird, man. The like how fast shit's gonna go for us, with
Yeah.
life.
That's right. All right.
Yep.
We have
Doesn't my hat look like I'm standing above an in-ground pool with the light
yes.
on?
What's happening?
whoa.
Why is it doing that?
The green screen?
No, I mean, it's no. Look, there's no.
Why is it doing that then?
But the
It's
bill is
Jeremiah's hat,
green. That's
dude.
what
You
I'm
can buy-
saying. No.
You can buy it on his thing, and it fucking no. The green screen's
No,
over here.
that
All
doesn't
right,
do that,
I'm
dude.
I'm not gonna indulge this any further.
I hate
Nifty Biscuit has a question. Would you rather have only one child and they live with you until you die, or 100 children but you aren't allowed to ever meet them?
I guess
No, I don't want to have 100 kids and never meet them.
I would rather have 100. Never meet them? Do they get to
Yeah.
still send me money when I'm too old to take care of myself?
No, because they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
they-
then
Honestly,
I
at
don't
this point-
care.
At this point, if this turns into T2000, where the entire outdoor world is ablaze, and my son, we just live together for the rest of our lives, I'd be
Mhm.
perfectly fine with that. He's like my first son, and he's in my wife is Italian. Like he's supposed to live with us forever.
yeah.
Yeah, I would go with the son living or kid living forever because you don't want your kid to leave. You want them to leave and have their own life and everything. But as a parent, you're probably like, stay with me until I'm dead. I love that.
Yeah.
Right?
Please don't leave me alone.
Yeah. Please don't let me die in this nursing home, as all Americans do.
We got
Anyway.
yeah. We should really do something about
Yeah, we should. Let's-
the retirement home
Con-
situation.
Convoy?
Convoy help the old people.
Convoy, call your grandpa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody call. Brendan, you want to do one more?
let's do one more.
All right,
Okay.
awesome. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the live episode. We're going to do one more scenario, but again, join us at patreon.com/scenario pod. We do 3 hours of What's a Scenario per week. I do an additional podcast, solo podcast. We do, Feeney and Sagalo put all their sketches up early, and we got additional footage. I put up rigatone stuff. I have a behind the scenes coming up. I think I'm going to drop on this week on the Patreon, so check that out. And as much
Oh, yeah.
content. The show's malleable to you guys. We take suggestions. You guys help build the program. So anything you guys want to see, we're completely open to doing. And we're very
Yeah.
close to hitting our first marker where Brendan and I guess Feeney's going to direct, are going to film the Brokeback Mountain breakup scene. So
We're gonna find a way to get Feeney in there without him having to, be what he fears, which is a gay apparently. So.
I'm going to kiss Feeney on camera.
Oh, the mic is off. It's off. Yeah, it's off.
Or are you
Oh,
just
shit.
faking? No, he's just faking.
He's not faking it.
He is
'cause
faking
he
it.
was so ready to be smug. Do you see him? He was like,
I still think he's faking it.
I could talk into my computer.
Oh,
all right, there you go. Yeah, we only have a couple minutes left.
What I was gonna say, what I was smug about was the fact that I think we have the most interactive podcast on the planet. Nobody else has a show that's literally based around the fans' It's like an improv show.
Yeah.
We're basically doing improv for you, baby. We're UCB.
We are UCB.
MMB.
Except we get paid.
We're still gonna pay for drinks though.
Uncontrollable crying babies. That's what we are.
Wow, that's our podcast title.
I mean, we don't name this one, do we?
Yeah. No.
I'm talking about that's what the show should just be called.
UCB
Uncontrollable babies.
All right, last question. You're at a speed dating event where you can only ask each person one question to get to know them. What do you ask? What's the one question you ask these people?
Tell me about your parents.
Yeah,
Good one.
that's a good one. Tell me about your blank is the question, is the answer. It's whatever you just fill it
The
in.
parents, you're gonna know a lot real
Yeah.
quick. Where they're like, well, my fucking mom. You're like, nope.
Yeah, you go, ugh.
That's but yeah, if it's a girl that's like, well, my mom and I are really close. She's actually a very strong woman. I really admire her. My dad, I don't get along with him at all. Then you're like, boom.
Yeah,
You're for me, lady.
that's a good fucking answer. My question I would ask, how do you feel about a bed on the ground? Is it an immediate turnoff? Because
Mine would be, how do you feel about keeping a lifelong secret?
What if you go? If you go, how do you feel about a guy who was sleeping on the ground but bought a nice bed frame, but then panicked and canceled it, and now desperately needs the money back more than he needs the bed frame that's on the ground. So now I have no status, and I have no bed frame, and I have no money.
yeah,
I also just want to say, I don't think $250 is a lot for a queen size
I
bed
don't think so either.
frame.
no, it's normal, but I didn't have the
It's
money
very-
to begin with, and
It's very
I'd ra-
adequate. And
I'd
the problem
rather
is
have
you're
gone
going to buy
cheaper.
one for like $125, and then it's going to break in 6 months, and then you're going to have to buy. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'll tell
It's
you
like-
what. I'll tell you what. I looked at this exact bed frame today, and they lowered the price to $169. So
Wow.
From what?
from 270.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck happened.
So you
but
reordered that for sure immediately.
I don't have the money.
But it's on a credit card. You don't own it. You don't owe it until 30 days from now. Plus, you're going to get that money back because you don't have to. They'll reimburse you it. You have Chase, right?
Yeah. I
You're,
can't.
you're not putting your debit card in, are you?
Guys, we could definitely talk about this after the show.
People,
wanna-
this is what the people want to know.
I don't want to be. I don't want to feel bad
Brendan, would
about
you
myself.
rather sleep on the ground or have a bed frame? What's this?
Find out the
scenario?
answer to that next
Yeah.
week. Thank you, everybody. We love you. Check out Wednesday's episode. Check out Friday's Blunts with the Boys. And be sure to scroll back and check out the hours and hours of content that we
Hours.
have put on our Patreon, patreon.com/scenario pod. We love you.